Amy, how you doing? Hey, your picture is flipped sideways. You're all sideways. You're there you go. Well, hey, there she is. It's the weekend. Time to get sideways. Hey, Sam, how about you take the bowl right there, buddy? You out here shortly. We should put that on do not disturb.
Sound.
Say hello, Amy. Hello, Rhonda. Marissa, nice to see you. We have, is it Jane? It says Jane's iPad. So I'm guessing your name is Jane. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
It'll be a few minutes, give folks time to arrive. Let's check that signal.
I can't see anything on my screen yet.
You know, I don't see you either. I would look for an icon that says view, or perhaps settings, but something that's to start video.
Okay, I'll try. I'll keep trying. Thank you.
Well, hey, Suzanne, I dig that group. It's pretty awesome.
You're just in a video, huh?
Right, people arriving. Louise, hello.
Hello, Stephen. Hi, everyone.
I'm great, brother. I'm glad to see you again. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, Christina, I'm glad you're here.
That's
Suzanne,
puppy letting me be here.
we had Suzanne. Oh, there she is. Hey, all right.
Hello.
There she is. Hey, good to see you. Hey, we got another Jane. Two Janes. How cool is that?
It's the same Jane.
Oh, okay. All right.
I can't see you on one of my devices, so I'm trying to turn it off.
Yeah, you're blacked out on both of them, but maybe one of them will pop and turn on. But you know what, Jane? If you can't see, don't worry about it too much, because I do most of this with cues. It's like an advanced game of Simon Says. I do believe we have two folks that were here Monday as well, so you're already familiar with this sequence. And I'm glad you're coming back for another shot. That's pretty cool. Jessica's popping on. All right. Cool, cool. Welcome, Jessica. Glad you're here. Tunga. Hey, been a couple days. This is even cooler. Y'all straight up getting me excited now. Jane, are you able to see now? You're still blacked out on mine.
No, I'm still having trouble, but you go ahead. I'll try to catch up later.
Yeah, well, feel free to stick around, because again, like I said, if you can hear me, you'll be able to rock and roll, because it's just follow the cues I give. I'll say, put your right hand here, your left hand out, put your right hand in, shake it all about. It's really going to be that basic.
Amy has a very beautiful scenario with mandala and candles. Congratulations. Awesome.
Yeah, bigger space. Okay, so let's get Boogie in here. Before we get going, if you could set your view to speaker view so that all you're seeing is me. Nice. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now that we have that in place, anybody with their camera off, if you turn your camera on, you should be able to have your privacy. Should be everybody just seeing me. But if you don't want to do that, if you want your camera off, I totally understand. I ask you turn it on just because it helps me to guide the flow and kind of different tempos and whatnot, and offer cues specific to what I'm saying. But it's by no means a must. You don't have to turn it on. All right, I'm gonna mute everybody out. And then you will have the ability to unmute yourself if necessary. Hey, Gayatri, just in time. I'm so glad you're here. All right.
Hello.
If you can hear me, raise a hand or a foot. Show me that you can hear. Louise, can you hear me? All right, good. All right, thumbs up on the cameras off. Man, y'all are so cool. All right, I'm hoping you can hear me, Jessica. So we're gonna get going, but before we do, here, I'm gonna just hold this little dude up. He's actually a very big dude. So this is Hanuman, divine monkey god. And there's a lot of cool stories about this guy. He did some pretty amazing feats. But one thing unique, one thing really particular about this this particular character is he would spend like all the time walking around saying Ram, 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 over and over and over. Unless he was having conversation, then he was just saying Ram in his head over and over. That was this dude's single focus. This was the name Ram. Now Ram was this guy's boss, his employer, his lord, and he was highly devoted to Ram. That was his focus all the time. Single focus, whatever he was doing, it was always Ram, 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 Ram. So what's my point? Single point of focus. It's a pretty powerful technique. So I'm going to give you a few options of where you could direct your focus, your point of focus. First and foremost is breath. This is, before anything else, it's a breathing practice. You can always point focus to breath. Then there's physical sensation. Then there's movement with intention. And then there's muscular engagement, particularly your bandhas. You have pelvic floor, you know, toilet muscles. You have udayana, belly button pulled in and drawn up your spine. You have jaladhara, your throat, with chin tuck, throat engagement. These are all areas that you can point to. Oh, and a number 4, drishti, focal point. What are your eyes on? And throughout the practice, I'll make mention of suggestions of places to focus your eyes. I'll mention breath. I'll mention bandhas, maybe not. But if I forget, I just told you. So now maybe you have that to think of. As we go through, try to center your focus on one point. And I'll tell you what, if you spend this entire next, I don't know, 50 to 100 minutes, just sitting still, breathing, you're rocking and rolling. You're doing great work. Let's get going. Come to the top of your mat. Just stand at the top of your mat with your hands at your sides. Standing position is just knees over ankles, hips up over knees, shoulders over hips. Just place your hands at your sides. You can even put your palms on the outer thighs. We're not, no mountain. Just stand still for a few moments. Good. Now, while standing still, if it's okay, close your eyes. That's all right with you. Give yourself permission to be here right now, whatever that is, however that is. It's all groovy. Just be here with me right now, right? Yeah. Now let's get some breath. 3 things with the breath. First one, narrow your breathing through your nose. Just lips are touching, but teeth aren't together. Their jaw is soft. All breath moving through the nose. And that's a suggestion. If you need to breathe through your mouth, that's okay. You could try that. Secondary, full, deep breath. Now, I didn't say slow. There'll be times where your breath wants to speed up. But if it's deep and it's steady, all right, cool. Third thing, samavritti, even turning. So inhales are same duration as exhales. Perhaps you're breathing in on a 2 count or a 4 count. It's your count, but we keep it even in, even out. Little pause at top and little pause at bottom. Kambhuta. This type of breathing is designed to bring concentration and focus, which are the precursor to meditation. And as always, anything I offer you today is only suggestion based on a little bit of experience. Take my suggestions, modify them, fine-tune them, or simply discard them. It's okay. Take a breath of air in. Exhale, just fall forward, bending at the hips. Fall forward, let your chest meet your thighs or somewhere close to, your head hang low, and grab your elbows. Elbows are going to frame your ears, like ears are inside of your biceps. If you just hang still for just a moment, you can feel arm bones sliding out of armpits. A little knee bend is perfectly appropriate. Knees as bent or as straight as you want them to be. Always coming back. Deep, steady breath. Listening for sensation, which is the language of communication with your partner, your body. Let the hamstrings kind of release a little bit. Let the face soften. The head hang. Does the neck soft and long? Now release your hands. Just let them hang. If you have lower back troubles, you can use hands to walk up your legs. But on the big inhale, begin to come up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Just rolling up like a bent noodle, becoming erect. And when you're at the top, just hands at sides, palms forward. Begin to ground in the big toe, pinky toe, center of your heel. Maybe grab a hold of the mat with those toes, the heel, a little grounding. Go ahead and energize some ankles, some calves, some shin muscle. Perhaps lift thigh muscles up into hip creases and maybe squeeze glutes a little bit. Roll your shoulder blades down your back, like sliding them into your back pockets of your jeans. Now just let your head drop back somewhere appropriate. The neck will tell you where it needs to go. Head hanging back, hands hanging low, feet grounding. Inhale, sweep your arms out wide, reach up and possibly stretch back, biceps behind ears, maybe. And exhale, fold forward all the way, rounding your back at the very last minute. Put your palms on the floor. Bend your knees if you need to, but place your palms on the floor. Ashtanga warm-up number 1. Inhale, glance forward, come up the fingertips on the mat. Lengthen your spine, maybe your legs. Exhale, plant your palms and step or quietly hop your feet to plank, upper push-up position. We hold here for a couple breaths. As you refine it, use sensation to feel hips and shoulders, same height. Legs are strong, like you're holding a bowling ball between your knees. Top of your skull reaching for the wall in front of you. Press into your palm. Take another breath of air in right here. You can lower your knees if you wish, but exhale, bend your elbows lower, halfway down, biceps to ribs, and hold here. Again, use knees if you wish, same thing. Just maybe 3 breaths in what they call Chaturanga Dandasana. If you can't keep knees up, that's okay. Set knees down. It's all your practice. One more big breath. Exhale, lower down. Release the tops of your feet to the mat. Keep your hands where they're at. And as you inhale, press into your palms. Straighten your arms as much as you can. You can keep thighs on the mat for cobra or straighten arms all the way. Lift your thighs for upward facing dog. Stay here for 2 breaths and just let the curve soften into your spine. If you're squeezing your glutes, you can let go and soften. One more breath. Now exhale, lower your chin and your chest to the mat. Press the plank to down dog pose. All one breath, one long exhale. We call that dress rehearsal. Let's start to flow with this a little bit. Take a breath and glance forward. Exhale, step or quietly hop, feet to hands. Palms stay on the mat, bend knees if you need to. Inhale, lengthen your spine, glance out, come up the fingertip. Exhale, melt into this, palms melt to the ground. Strong belly as you inhale, stand, rise, reach up high, maybe reach back if you like. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Hands to the mat. Inhale, lengthen, glancing forward, come up the fingertips. Exhale, press palms to plank, lower slow, halfway or all the way. Those are your options, chaturanga or flat light pancake. Inhale for your back bend, cobra or up dog. Both are groovy. Exhale, maybe do a push-up here on your way to down dog. That push-up is optional. Some folks like it. Now let's hang out in dog and investigate this down dog so we know what we're working. Plank will line you up for dog. You should possibly go from plank to down dog and your feet stay where they're at. Hands begin to press with a twisting motion. Left hand, right hand are on pickle jar lids. Right hand tightens that lid. Left hand loosens that lid. Roll armpits back, elbows back. Feel meat in your armpit engaged. Perhaps press out to the backs of your knees. Maybe tilt your tailbone, swoop it up a little. Let the heels just drop back wherever they may. You know, if they touch the mat, nothing to celebrate about. And if they don't touch the mat, there's nothing to cry about. They just go where they go. If you wish for a little more sensation here, begin to press your armpits towards your ankles. Just dip into the shoulders a little. Let's start warm up number 2. Inhale, glance forward. Exhale, step or hop, feet to hands. Palms are on the mat. So inhale up the fingertips. Exhale, fold again. Now, bend your knees and lower your butt to like a chair as you inhale. Reach your torso and your arms up high. They call this Utkatasana. Chair pose, fierce pose, butt dropping, hands reaching. Exhale here as you feel a little heat, and then take another breath and reach. Exhale, fold forward, straighten your knees. Woo. Inhale, half lifting, spine lengthening. Exhale, palms pressing, hop to plank, step to plank, lower slow. Breathe in for the back bend. These up dog, cobrasana, your choice. Breathe out to down dog. Push up maybe, maybe not. Immediately lunge your right foot forward. Don't worry about lifting it. Use belly to draw right knee up your body and step it up between your hands. Flatten your left foot. Inhale, come up, torso, shoulders, fingers, reach up high. Virabhadrasana, the warrior. Exhale, your hands to the mat. Strongly step your right foot back to plank and lower slow. Inhale for a back bend. Glutes are loose. Exhale, press Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Then immediately step your left foot. Just step it forward. Plant it between your hands. Ground your right heel and take a breath up to the warrior. Reaching. Back bend here is sometimes nice. Exhale. Bring those hands to the mat. Step with intention to plank and follow that exhale down to the ground. Breathe in for a back bend. I don't know. How about cobra or up dog? Breathe out. Maybe push up, maybe not. Plank to down dog. One breath in. One breath out. Inhale, swoop the tailbone, glance forward. Exhale, step or hop. Feet to hands. Inhale, half lifting. Exhale, full chest to thighs. Inhale, bend your knees, squat, reach high, fierce pose. Exhale, fold forward. A little cardio here. Inhale, half lift for length. Exhale to plank and lower with strength. Breathe into your back bend. Breathe out to the down dog. Step your right foot forward. Rise up to warrior. It's an inhale on that. Come on up. Follow your exhale all the way to the mat as you step the plank and catch a vinyasa. You know, plank, back bend, down dog. When you hit down dog, just step your left foot forward. Use belly muscle to bring left knee up. Plant your foot, ground your right, come up, reach high. Exhale, back to the mat. This is a vinyasa. Plank, back bend, down dog. You can pop foot push-ups in there or not. Woo! Now you got a little warmth going on your body, so I wouldn't be surprised if this down dog is a little different than your first one. Investigate it, flirt with it, see what opened up. Whenever we go into pose, we got three things we can do. Scan for anywhere you can open space. Second thing, go ahead, open that space. Third thing, dive into that space with your attention. Hang out there while you breathe. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower your left knee to the mat. This is a modification to start with. Ground your right foot. Inhale, open your right hand to the sky. It's a modified side plank. Dashistasana. So let's refine what the knee on the mat. Press your front of your pelvis to that wall you're looking at. The back of your shoulder blades to the wall behind you. Line shoulder over wrist, wrist over shoulder. Press into the sole of your right foot. Maybe you notice right foot, left knee, left hand, all in the same line to challenge your balance a little bit. Pull breastbone away from pubic bone for a little length and find drishti by looking up at your right thumb if your neck allows. You can hang out here. For those feeling a little adventurous, straighten your left leg, bring that knee off, take your left foot down by your right foot, engage the left side body, lift your pelvis with your left oblique. Try not to move your hand to do it. Try to keep your hand right where it was. If you decided to lengthen your left leg or not, either way, right now, inhale, open your right chest to the sky, shine your right nipple at the ceiling. One more breath, open a little more. Exhale, right hand to the mat, step to plank and follow that exhale on down. Woo. And then inhale finds your back bend of choice. And exhale is a press to down dog. Hang out in dog for one breath, two breaths, define it, explore it. You already got a preview of what's to come. So next exhale, lower your right knee to the mat. Flatten your left foot, I mean like suction cup, and then inhale, left hand to ceiling. Maybe watch your left hand rise, let your eyes follow it. With this modified side plank, fine refinements. Where can we lengthen? What needs to soften? What needs to strengthen? Is my left foot like suction cup? Is my right shoulder over my right wrist? Is my left wrist over my left shoulder? Can I lengthen my breastbone away from my pubic bone? Oh. You can hang out here or go ahead and bring right knee off the mat. Both legs together and reaching long. Now notice side body, side right body, an oblique. Engage like you're bringing right hip press, the bottom right rib. Lift your pelvis with belly muscle. And again, if neck allows, you can look up at your thumb, gaze at it. Now, knee up, knee down, don't matter. On an inhale, open your left hand back, bring left chest pointed at the ceiling. Like almost gonna flip over, big breath. Exhale, left hand to the mat, brings you to plank. Follow that exhale down and catch your vinyasa. Plank, lower, back bend, down. Oh, good. From dog, inhale, swoop tailbone, glance forward. Exhale, if you hop, try to lift with your belly and float your feet to your hands. If you step, that's cool. Plant your palms on the mat and take a breath as you inhale up the fingertips. Long spine. Exhale, fold forward, nipples to knees. Come to a flat back. Open your arms wide and inhale. Rise up to standing. Reach up high. Open your feet hip distance and then fold forward on an exhale. Continue to sweep your hands around behind your back. Interlace your fingers right behind your sacrum. Now, inhale, straighten your elbows, reach knuckles away. Exhale, fold a little more and let the knuckles wrap around wherever they may. If you got hands touching the mat, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool. All the same, it's individual, baby. Breathe. Ooh, side planks. It's nice to stretch shoulders. Now release your hands to the mat and then inhale to flat back, arms wide. Continue to inhale as you come up, reach up high. Bring your feet together, ankles and toes touching. Exhale, put your right hand on your right thigh. Keep your left hand straight up at 12 o'clock. Turn your eyes up to your left hand if appropriate. If not, don't. On an inhale, reach left hand up, 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 pushing the left heel. Now, exhale, take a little bend to the right, just a little bend. We're just getting started here. Perhaps lift your right hip crest a little. Good. Inhale, reach your left fingertips over a little more. Arm is straight, straight. Exhale, drop it down a little. Right hand going down the thigh a little. If you're feeling strong, you can reach your right hand up, grab your left wrist, and pull. Take another inhale to lengthen. And then follow that with an exhale to bend a little more. You're feeling everything down the left side of your body. Ankle bone to pinky bone. Inhale, come right back up center. Reach both hands high. Exhale, put left hand on outer left thigh. That's a tensor fascia lata, IT band. Right hand is up there all on its lonesome. So inhale, reach, reach, press in the right heel, reach right fingers. Exhale, take a little bend to the left, just a little one. We're going to get there over a period of time. If your neck doesn't like looking up at your right hand, maybe look down at your left one. Inhale, reach right hand a little further. Exhale, drop left hand a little deeper. Lift left hip crest a little higher. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, bending. Inhale, both hands come up, reach up, maybe a back bend, maybe not. Exhale, forward fold to Uttanasana. Full belly button to spine here. Squeeze toilet muscles and tuck your chin. Inhale up to your fingertips. Look forward now. Exhale to plank pose, lower stone. Take a breath in for your choice of back bends. Follow an exhale to plank down dog. Right foot, lunge it, step it forward, right up between your hands. Just use your strong belly to draw your knee forward. Ground your left heel and inhale. Come back up to warrior one. Biceps a little behind ears, fingertips on ceiling, right knee bending. Take an exhale, rotate your chest, your torso left, and open your arms wide. Warrior two. Stop here and take a few breaths. Wiggle hip bones a little. See if you can feel your sit bones settling even. Take a look down at right knee. Can you see the inside of your right foot? Is your right knee actually bent? Sometimes it likes to straighten without telling us. One more breath in. Keep your arms wide and exhale. Bring your right hand down to the mat, inside of your right foot. That can be on a block or on the mat. Left hand is at the sky. This is called bent knee triangle. Good. Now, connect inner right knee to right tricep or shoulder and press them together. Use inhales. Open your left chest like you want to point the chest up. Wrap, open as much as you can without pain. We look for sensation, but not so much sensation. We lose equanimity, non-reactive. You hang out in triangle, bend knee triangle, or if you wish, bend your right elbow and slide your shoulder down inside of your right knee. Drop your left arm behind your back, not your butt, your back. Wrap your right arm under your right thigh, up around the outside of your right thigh, not your butt. And if the fingers touch, go ahead and clasp. If they don't touch, grab the Lululemons, grab the shirt, grab some clothing. Now, if you decided to take this bind, use the back of your hands to press your pelvis forward, pull your shoulders back, and lengthen the front of your body to twist open. I know it's warm. Yes, one more big, big breath. Bound or not, exhale, both hands to the mat inside of your right foot, right knee still bending. Woo. Put your right hand now on your right ankle. Okay, step left foot up, like I don't know, 10 centimeters, a few inches. Straighten your right leg. Inhale. Open your left hand to the sky. Now you're in regular triangle, Trikonasana. Good. Now, you got options with your right hand. You can hold on to a shin or an ankle. You can hook that big toe, get all ashtangi with it if you like. But same thing with the bind. Push your pelvis towards me. Bring your shoulders away from me. Lengthen your torso. Now breathe. And if you're feeling loosey-goosey, open your left arm towards that wall behind you. Open your chest. Maybe point left nipple at the sky. Really open this triangle. Find the space and dwell in it. One big, big breath. Exhale. Torso is going to both chests going to face the mat even. Inhale. Open arms like wings. Airplane over. Straight right leg. One breath. Straighten your right leg. It's still triangle time. Take a breath. Exhale your left hand down to right shin, right ankle, or the block. You can even put it on the floor on the outside of your right foot. Put your right hand on your right hip. Twist your chest towards the right side of the room. Good. Once you're there, go ahead and open your arm up to the ceiling. Rita Trikonasana. This is a revolved triangle, or bending over two straight legs with my torso twisted and my arms spread. Asana. Now, same thing here. Here's a little refinement for sensation. Press right hip towards back of the room, left hip towards front of the room. Feel something down in the nethers there. All those fibers in the downstairs area. One more breath as you open up a little. Exhale, close chest to the mat. Inhale, open arms wide. Airplane, airplane, airplane. Exhale, hands to the mat. Head to your right straight leg just for a moment. Woo. Now take an inhale, step your right foot back to plank. Exhale, lower, slow. Thank God for plank. Never thought it would feel so sweet. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, do down dog. Hey, don't even miss a beat. How about step your left foot up between your hands? Round your right foot. And rise up on an inhale. Warrior one. Virabhadrasana. Exhale, rotate chest, torso to right, open arms wide. Just be here for a few breaths while refined. Remember, feel your sit bones kind of getting even. Warrior two, they want to cock one way or the other, but feel that even settling. A slight lift of the front of your pelvis will lengthen your lumbar a little. You can take a look down at your left knee. See your inner left foot? Some folks like to step a little deeper in warrior two. That might be you. Now that we got some cooking happening, how about a big inhale? Exhale, keep arms wide, lower left hand down inside of left foot. Be on a block, be on a mat, either way. Maybe you just go halfway down your shin and hold on to it with the left palm. It's kind of up to you how deep you take it. But once you're there, begin pressing your pelvis forward, your shoulder blades back. Feel how that brings your body into that single plane, and it lengthens and opens things. And slide left hip under right hip, open right shoulder over left shoulder. Now that we're there, perhaps we take a bind by scooching our left shoulder down inside of our left knee, dropping our right arm behind our back, and if fingers clasp, cool. If not, grab some clothing. Now, just use some sensation here and feel, where are my hands? Are they on my outer thigh or are they around my butt cheek? Try to bring them up on your thigh and then use the back of your hands to, again, lengthen your pelvis forward, your shoulders back. Inhale, open your right shoulder back. Maybe look up, so much strength. Exhale now, everybody, both hands to the mat inside of your left foot. Woo, knees still bending. It's okay. You can bend. I know. Now, put your left hand on your left ankle or shin, your choice. Now, straighten your left leg. Well, thank God, asana. That shit was getting hot, right? Inhale. Open your right hand up to the sky. It's trikonasana. So we go from bent knee triangle to regular triangle. Same principle here. Press pelvis forward. Bring shoulder girdle back so that both joint junctions are lined up with each other. Ugh. Strong into feet. Ugh. Now, some folks in triangle like to drop their right arm behind their back and hook the fingers on the top of their left thigh and use the back of your forearm to press your pelvis forward. Open right shoulder. It's just a suggestion. One more big breath. Exhale, rotate your torso, both sides of chest, even with mat. Inhale, open arms like an airplane. Exhale, your right hand down to left shin, ankle, foot. You can even put it on the mat on the outside of your left hand on left hip. Don't worry about that hand. Put it on your hip as you establish the rotation. Let inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, rotate your chest to the left wall. And once you're there, you're going to know you're there because things will tell you, hey, no more. This is enough. Once you're there, left hand, take it to the sky. Perhaps stare at your left thumb. Neck might not be cool with that. Maybe it says, how about we look at our right thumb instead? Find something to stare at. Search for spaces you can open up. Open them up and just dwell and hang out. Nothing if it's not meditative, right? Breathe. How about a big inhale to open anything you've got left? Exhale, square chest to the mat. Inhale, open your wings. Wide, wide, wide. Exhale, hands to the mat, head to the leg. I don't know, thigh, knee, or shin. It's just for a heartbeat. Inhale, step your left foot to plank. Exhale, come on down, chaturanga or pancake, either way. Inhale, roll the tops of feet, a little spine bending. Exhale, maybe catch a push-up on your weight. Adho Mukha. Ooh. So right about now, I think I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking, damn, Steve, I would like a break. If that's you, you can take your knees and get a child's pose. Or you can hang out in down dog. We're going to be here for a few breaths while we recenter, bring our attention back to the breath. Do a scan of sensation, see what's going on without bias, without attachment, just observation. Now, I don't want you getting too cooled off. So if you're in child's pose, come on back into down pose. I know it wasn't a coffee break, right? Big breath, glance forward. Exhale. Step your right foot up between your hands. This time, leave your left toes down, left heel up. On an inhale, come up, shoulders over hips. Put your right hand on your right hip and reach your left hand super high, super long. Maybe a little bend to the right to lengthen left side body. Exhale, bring your left elbow outside of your right thigh. Twist. Now, you know you can lower your left knee. That is totally acceptable. Put your right palm on your left palm and then just line your thumbs up with your heart. And as you inhale, pull your breastbone away from your pubic bone. And then as you breathe out, just press your right palm into left palm and find a little twist. Now, do you notice your right hip trying to run across the room there? Bring it back in line. Just bring it back in line. Slide it back in without force or aggression, with just a little love, a little tenderness, right? Take another breath in. Exhale, bring both hands to the mat, either side of your right foot. Lower your left knee. Use your left toes to walk your left knee back, back, back. Feel top of your left leg stretching. It's called the psoas. Heel toe. Walk your right foot over towards your left wrist. Drop your right knee to the mat, kind of by your right wrist. Called pigeon pose. Now, stay up on top of your left thigh. It's really the tendency is to kind of roll off to the right. Let's stay up on our left thigh and give some attention to our psoas while we adjust our right foot for sensation. If the knee says, ouch, bring your right foot back closer to your left hip. If you feel like the room, that the space is there, bring your right foot up towards your left hand. Now, one at a time, right forearm to the mat, left forearm to the mat. Come a little deeper into your pigeon. Press the flesh of palms and forearms. Press them into the mat like you're pulling the mat back. Inhale. Pull your breastbone forward through your arms. Look forward a little length. Now, exhale. Walk hands forward and just melt on down as deep as you please. Woo! So this point on the back of your right glute, that spot that you feel, hopefully right now, gently use a little core strength and a little pelvic strength to press that part back and down, back and down. Okay? Staying up on left thigh, just try to push your left hip forward and down simultaneously while right sit bone area is pushing back and down. Feel that? There's something going on deep down in the right side. Piriformis, that's what that is. Just let it stretch. Feel it. Now, we're not here long. Walk hands back. Let your spine bend, kind of like a cobra. Straight arms. And one more time. Inhale. Pull your heart forward. Press your palms into the mat. Exhale. Tuck your left toes under. Straighten your left leg. Left knee is off. Now, inhale. Step right foot back to plank. Big inhale. Step to plank. Good. Good. Exhale, lower slow. It's called vinyasa. Take down, inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Y'all look great. It looks just so sweet. Step your left foot forward. Right heel stays lifted, right toes down. Now we're going to inhale. Come on up. Left hand, left hip. Reach right arm straight up. Lengthen it. It's like a one-hand crescent. Maybe a little bend left, little bit. Exhale, swoop right elbow outside of left thigh into twist. In place, left palm on right palm. Start bringing wrists and elbows in line with each other. Steve, where do I put my eyes? Well, you have options. You can look straight ahead at the horizon. horizon. You can look up over your left shoulder. You can look down on your right shoulder. What about my breath? You just keep it deep and steady. Maybe it's fast, maybe it's slow, but it's always deep. It's always steady. One more big breath to lengthen. Exhale your hands to the mat, either side of your left foot. Lower your right knee. And then use the toes of your right foot to walk your right knee back. Just notice, feel the top of your right thigh just got a little longer, psoas muscle. Heel toe, walking right foot. Left foot over towards right hand. Drop left knee over towards left hand. Now making the adjustments you need to make with your left foot based upon what your knee is telling you. Stay up on your right thigh. Now one at a time. First it's your left forearm. Bend your elbow, bring your left forearm down. Then the right one. We take the same side as the bent leg for safety's sake. We're playing with hips and spine. Safe. Look. Press into the flesh of your palms and your forearms. Inhale, pull your heart between your biceps, look forward. Exhale, walk hands forward, arms long, and melt into this as deep as you wish to be. Remember those special little spots, right? That there's a spot somewhere deep down under your left glute. You should feel a little something. Try to press that area down and away. Simultaneously, your right hip, press it down and forward, down and towards the front of the mat. Both are just going to square. All you're doing is squaring your pelvis and finding that last little kiss somewhere deep, deep, deep in that glute. Piriformis muscle. As you inhale, walk your hands back, arms straight, and your back is your spine going to bend, kind of like a cobra. So one more time, press into your palms. Inhale, pull your heart forward through your biceps. Exhale, tuck your right toes, straighten your right knee so right knee lifts. Inhale, step your left foot back to plank. Exhale, vinyasa, lower, halfway, all the way. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Woo! How about 3 breaths in this dog? Some of you are warming very nicely. Yes, blowing and perspiring. I know this stuff is hot. Good. Take a breath in. Glance forward. Now, Ashtangis, if you know jump through, right now is the time to jump through. If not, exhale, hop your feet forward and cross legs seated. Step your feet straight legs out, Dandasana, feet towards the front of the mat. Good. Lean back just a little bit and lift legs and arms. Bring legs up to where knees, hands, and shoulders are all about the same height. That's how you find your angle for Navasana. Knees can be bent. Your feet don't have to be up high. That is an option. Hands can be holding backs of knees. They don't have to be reaching. That is an option. I will do the counting, you do the breathing and the focus. Just the feeling. Put another breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, set your palms on the mat about 30 centimeters behind you, fingers pointing towards butt. Breathe out as you lower your heels to the mat. Inhale, push into palms, lift your pelvis up, heart up, roll shoulders back, drop your head back, point your toes until you feel them touch the mat. And if they don't touch, no problem. Inhale, lift. Don't look at me. I'm not doing this. I did it earlier. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. One more breath, lift. Exhale, lower your butt to the mat, and then inhale right back up to boat. Woo-hoo. How about we go to 10 here? Again, I'll take care of the counting. You don't have to worry about that. You just breathe. Now, the back is going to round a little bit, but try not to round too much. We're not crunching. We're lifting and lengthening. That's 3. And breathe. Lifting the heart. And so that puts us at about 5. And maybe tuck the chin for a little banda lock upstairs. Squeeze toilet muscle. Hold belly button this time. Breathe. It's 7 and 8 and 9. One more big breath in. Cross your ankles. Exhale. Roll forward. Hands to the mat. Hop or step your feet back to plank. Lower slow. That's a hop back for Ashtangas. Inhale. Cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Ooh. Take a breath. Breathe out. Lower your knees to the mat and walk them up to your hands. Knees and ankles are about hips width, shoulder width, somewhere in there. Tuck your toes under and come right up to kneeling. Hips over knees, shoulders over hips. Good. And the toes are tucked under, so heels are up high. Cool. Now, let's go ahead and put our hands on our hips, but bring your palms around to your glutes. Try to put your elbows together. So like nipples are going to point in opposite direction. Shoulders are going to roll back. Okay. With your palms, keep your pelvis forward. Engage your stomach a little bit to lift the front of your pelvis to keep your lumbar lengthened. You want to lengthen that thing before we go bend. Now, drop your head back. Inhale. Lift your breastbone up. Keep the eyes forward. Exhale. Slide your heart up over your shoulder blade as you drop that. Inhale, lifting breaths. Exhale, bringing the bend right in there. T-spine, thoracic spine, the part of your backbone that has ribs attached to it. Ugh. You can hang out right here. This can be your camel. This is a great place. But maybe some of you want to go ahead and grab a hold of your heels. But let's not compromise the sweet bending. And if you're at your heels, just take a moment to press quadriceps forward. And now start lifting belly button up like heart is up. Holy smokes, what is that sensation all about? Head drops back, breath moves smooth. The back bends can kind of freak you out, but don't buy into it. It's just sensation. 3, another breath in. Exhale it out. Now, one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. The inhale, come right back up. Exhale, put your hands on the mat. Cross your ankles and push your seat to the mat. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Once again, Dandasana. Sit in Dandasana, 3 breaths. Press your hands, press your palms to the mat. We're not really looking to lift off here, but just kind of stabilize. And just let that back bend neutralize. We're going to counter the back bend, but let's neutralize first. There's discs like jelly donut, right? You had a back bend. The discs are kind of pushing forward through vertebrae. If we go take forward bend right after that, maybe something pinch. So let's neutralize. Now let your sit bones settle. Now inhale. Reach up high. Look at your fingers. Keep your gaze like that as you exhale. Fold at your hips, not at your spine. Come forward. Now follow your eyes with hands. Grab ankles. Maybe hook your big toes. Maybe grab the outside of your feet. It's up to you what you grab. But keep your eyes forward. We're still lengthened. Inhale like you're going to scoot your rib cage down your thighs. Like you're going to touch your chin to your big toes. Exhale, maybe bend elbows, a little bicep strength. Keep chin forward, heart forward, still lengthening. One more inhale. Now you can exhale, drop your head, melt into this Ashamoktanasana. Woo. So here's the thing. Most back injuries outside of, aside from like car accidents or bungee jumping mishaps, most back injuries happen in a forward bend. You bend over, pick something up, an engine or a kid or a water heater or something, and something goes in, kink, pinch, crack. So whenever we're bending, we want to do some lengthening while we're at it. Keep breathing. Just like at the top of the class, the first time we came to standing, we rolled up one vertebrae at a time. So keep your chin tucked and make your way all to your back, all the way to your back, one vertebrae at a time. Like slide your chest along your thighs. It might not touch. That's okay. Chin is tucked, and we're just going to keep the back rounded as we come down. Sacrum, then lumbar, thoracic. Then you can drop the back of your head in the mat. Woo. That's always kind of nice, right? Bring your right knee to your chest. Just give it a big old hug. This here is a stretch all in itself. Just hug your right knee. Nice and snug. Love your knee. Now your left palm outside of your right knee. Open your right arm out. Bent elbow, straight elbow, whatever. Just open it out. Exhale, draw your right knee up and over to the left side of the room. Maybe hook your right foot behind your left leg. And then keep your right shoulder connected to the planet. Drop your eyes, your gaze down the right side of the room. Now, if your right shoulder and your right knee are both touching the mat, cool. Again, nothing to rub and laps. If your right knee is touching the mat, your right shoulder is lifted, it's okay. Bring your shoulder back down and let the knee come up a little bit. That's all right. Just keep the shoulder planted. And just a little, wherever it's at, it just is what it is. Oh, loving acceptance, content, santosha, and a very own. Good. Come back to the center and just switch. You're gonna hug your left, straighten your right leg. And you can treat this as a pose all in itself. Give this knee a hug for a minute. Hey, while you're hugging it, maybe push your left sit bone towards your right heel a little. See if there's something there. I don't know. Sometimes yes. All right. Right palm on the outside of the left knee. Open your left arm. Straight or bent. The options. Whatever works for you. And then let it exhale. Just bring your left knee over to the right. Maybe hook your foot behind your right leg. It is same concept, same principle here. The shoulder stays connected to the planet. The knee goes wherever it goes. Just look for sensation. Always try to find that place between too much and not enough. We want as much sensation as we can go with and still stay non-reactive. Quantum feel without going making the face or cheering or anything. Just steady, experience it without bias. You can turn your gaze to the left if you like. Good. Y'all looking pretty blissed out. I bet that feels great. Hey, come on back to the middle now. Both knees to the chest. And hold on. You can hold on. Palms on the hamstrings, palms on shins. You can even maybe wrap your arms so far around your knees that you can grab elbows. Whatever it is personal. Get as tight as you can, snug of a cannonball as you can. Bring your cheekbones towards your knees. Now, toilet muscles, engage them, right? Try to pull your sit bones together without using your glutes. And Udayana, now belly button to spine, pull it up for spine. Chin is tucked, slight engagement of throat muscles. With all of these engaged, take a big breath in. I know it's weird, but big breath. Exhale, let go, extend the arms and legs and melt on that exhale. Shavasana. Yeah. Your toes fall away from each other. Allow palms to face the ceiling so the shoulders stay flat, chest spreads. Just take notice of every sensation, every little tingle, every little notification of your body is settling, synthesizing all that you just did. Everything you just did, all that stuff, this moment, right now, peak pose. I encourage you to stay right here, still, silent, just like you are. Watch breath, watch sensation. Perhaps good time for gratitude list, maybe. Stay here for a while. You worked for it. Enjoy. I leave you. I leave you with my gratitude. I leave you with my love. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.